Guys, in this video, I will be talking about how food is information, okay? Food is information and you are what you eat. Okay, food contains what? DNA, right? We know DNA is information, all right? You contain DNA and we know DNA is information. So you contain information, right? Now, human DNA and plant DNA correspond with each other, okay? They're very similar, all right? So, only thing is, you are eating plants. Plants aren't eating you. So, when you put this food into your body, it is communicating with you and your DNA, not the other way around, right? So, the thing is, we have to be very mindful of what we're putting into our body and what type of information we are putting into our body, all right? Now, so like I was saying, you're eating the food is not eating you. Now, different foods communicate differently, okay? Heavily processed foods, heavily refined foods, talk to your body like, hey, cells, develop cancer, get sick, get diabetes, get heart disease, etc. Right? That's how that food communicates with you. That's why we know that over time, if you have a diet of eating a lot of highly processed foods, like you said, we said heavily fried foods, all these things. You know, some of the bad habits that we have. That's information. That's communication to your DNA. Eventually, those cells are going to respond to the information. Okay, so if you're eating very healthy food, if you're eating life force food, right? If you're eating raw, living, natural, organic fruits and vegetables and herbs and things like that, that's also communication. So if you're sick, that's going to be communicating like hey, get well, get healthy. You know what I mean? That's positive information that you're pushing into your body, right? So, it's going to tell you to feel happy, feel good, because we know now that foods have a direct influence on the way you feel. Okay, that's why depression is linked to a lot of foods, and a lot of people cure things like depression and anxiety simply just through the way that they eat and changing their diet. Okay, so, raw living foods, like I said, they instruct your body to heal, to feel good, to thrive, and to be healthy. Okay. Now, food is living, so if it's living, right, it has an aura. Okay, it has a vibration. So, just like when you with people in general, if you're alive, you're carrying an aura. You're carrying a vibration. That's how we know with different people. You know, someone come around, you say, I don't feel their vibe, or your vibe might be incompatible. No judgment to anybody. It may be a person that's vibrating on a very high level, but their vibration might not correspond with someone else's vibration. But we do know that we all have vibrations and we all carry a certain type of aura. So it's the same thing with foods, okay? If you're eating a healthy, vibrant, raw, living food in its most purest state, where it's healthy, it's not being broken down, it's not being processed and refined, then it's going to carry the most energy, okay, the most life force, the most the more vibrant aura, okay? And then you're putting that into your body, and that's what's communicating with you, and that's what's communicating with your cells and your DNA and your cells. So, but we know when we eat the heavily processed foods, right? These foods, they all have to derive from living food at some point. But once they're heavily processed, by time, just like you as a person, you in your most organic form, you're healthy, you're thriving. By time someone chops you up, puts you in a machine, all these different things, you're going to be reduced. You're going to probably have an aura and a life force, but you're going to be dying, or you're going to be reduced, like I said, in some cases completely dead. So for example, I'm not a raw vegan. I'm not religious about food and diets. I just understand this aspect of it. I eat meat. Okay? I eat foods that aren't quote unquote supposed to be the most healthiest. That's not the point. You know what I mean? We can enjoy different foods. I'm not saying you can't have some candy. I'm not saying you can't have this, that, or the third, okay? I enjoy everything. I don't restrict myself from anything, but I know what food is going to correspond with me being healthy, and I try to get that most of the time. And then, yes, do I treat myself? I treat myself to things all the time, but everything is about balance, okay? So, once again, we're going to recap, because this is very important information. Think of food as just that. Think of food as information. When you make your food choices, keep that in mind. What am I putting into my body? What is this going to tell my body? It's just like if you have children, if you care about your children, you don't sit them down in front of pornographic movies and things like that, right? You know, because we know that's information. You don't want that going into your child's mind that early, right? So it's the same thing with your food. At any given point, you don't want to put garbage information into your body, okay? So let's keep that in mind, guys. Hopefully this video helped you, and have a great one. Nothing else to be said.